Here we go. Hello, everybody. Dr. Amanda here from Breathe Life Physical Therapy and Wellness. I am with Dr. Dana from Garden State Family Chiropractic, and we are talking more ways to support your health and wellness during this difficult time with trying to navigate, like, how do we keep ourselves healthy while we're stuck inside or while we're not maybe able to get to our favorite chiropractor, like we all know Dr. Dana is, or your physical therapist or whoever. So welcome, Dana. Thanks for taking the time to chat with us. So what do you want to share? What are you doing? Of course.
Well, just a couple of things that I wanted to share. So some different things that we can do to support our immune system. So something that I believe strongly is that we're not just victims. So there's things that you can do to support your immune system aside from just washing your hands and social distancing. Making sure that we are exercising, we're taking care of our bodies, we're taking care of our diet. All of that goes a really long way to support your immune system. So even if, God forbid, you do have an exposure, your body is able to stay healthy and stay strong and recover. So a couple things that I wanted to highlight. First, I feel sort of obligated to just discuss a little bit about chiropractic.
Of course.
So, we do know there's a lot of research out there that chiropractic has been shown to support the immune system. It actually is kind of cool because when the first studies came out about linking immunity and chiropractic was during the 1918 Spanish flu that everyone kind of references back to. Okay. And they found that people during the Spanish flu who were seeing a chiropractor had a 0.5% death rate, whereas the general population had a 5% death rate. So we saw that people that were getting adjusted actually were better able to fight off the flu naturally. And so that sort of sparked from there further research being looked into linking immunity and chiropractic. And we've seen that when people are getting adjusted, all of their white blood cells are spiked, and you have an increased immune response from the adjustment. So of course, right now, with everyone taking all the precautions and staying home, I would just encourage you that when all of this wildness calms down, to continue with your care and make sure that you find a chiropractor that you trust and like, and continue to take care of your body physically that way. While we're home, which is really what I wanted to focus on with you, Amanda, is things you can be doing at home while we're going through this isolation.
Right.
So the first thing I wanted to touch on is vitamin D. I think we're very fortunate that this is happening during a time where the spring is starting to come and the sun is starting to shine. It's not in the dead of winter any longer. So even just getting outside 15 minutes a day in midday, you can get your daily dose of vitamin D, which is a really important component in immune function. If you're not able to get outside and you are looking to supplement, the Council on Vitamin D recommends 1,000 IUs per 25 pounds of body weight. So just using that with your supplementation that you're taking. Okay. And with everyone, most people teleworking, working from home, we're able to get more rest. So I would highly encourage people to try to use that time to set your alarm clocks a little bit later or get to bed a little bit earlier, and trying to incorporate an extra 30 minutes to an hour of sleep per day, as we know that sleep deprivation is linked to lower immune function. So trying to get a little bit more sleep during this time. Drinking water. I'm a big advocate for staying hydrated and drinking water. I always tell people you want to aim for half of your body weight in ounces per day. So say you're a 200-pound person, you're looking at 100 ounces of water for a day. Moving and exercising. So we know that exercise helps support your immune system. It helps increase your blood flow. It helps increase lymphatic drainage. So staying outside, if you're in that 6-foot radius, going for nice long walks or runs. I highly encourage. There's also a lot of local businesses are offering uh, classes
Movement and
through Zoom
classes.
and things like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually this morning, I'm in a group called Fit for Mom, and it's like a mommy baby exercise class. And
Right.
we did an hour class this morning through Zoom.
That's
I
awesome.
know my sister teaches class at Bar 3 in Cherry Hill, and I know they're doing the same thing where they're teaching remotely classes that you can log in and still take classes of that you're interested in from home. Um, and the other thing I just wanted to touch on is spinal hygiene.
Love
So,
it.
when we think of spinal hygiene, it's really all about movement
Mm-hmm.
and keeping that range of motion within the spine, which I'm sure that you're a big advocate for as well.
Exactly.
I usually tell people, my patients that come in, I'm always giving stretches and exercises and things they can do at home. And I'm typically recommending 2 to 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually say before you go to bed and first thing in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
stretch. And then if you can, maybe one time in the afternoon or after work or whatever it might be. But I always like to kind of point out animals. So
Yes.
if you ever watch like a cat or a dog wake up from a nap, the first thing that they're doing is stretching their spine. They kind of do like a little cat stretch. They do
That's
an
so
up
true.
dog and they move. Whereas humans, we jump out of bed and we just get on with our day.
Right.
And all of that stiffness from not moving throughout the night just takes a toll on our body. And so many people, their complaint is, worse in the morning, getting out of bed, things like that.
Exactly. I hear that all the
Making
time.
sure that, yeah, I'm sure. So just doing those stretches before you go to sleep and first thing in the morning, even in bed before you get out. So there's a very basic little routine that I usually give to people for spinal stretches, which is, just starting on your back, press your belly button down to your spine. You're flattening your lumbar spine out, bringing your knees up to your chest, holding for about 20 seconds. Do the same thing with the other side, and then bring them both up.
Then both up.
And then going onto your hands and knees, just doing a cat-cow, moving with your breath for a couple minutes, going into a cobra stretch, and then going into a child's pose. Just those basic yoga poses every day, twice a day, has shown to really improve spinal flexibility, stretch out the muscles, stretch out the ligaments in the spine before you get moving with your day. So especially during this time when maybe we're doing less activity than we normally would, I would highly encourage people to really focus on at least getting those 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes before bed of stretching your spine. And I think it's a really good habit of getting into every single day.
Of course.
And then with the neck, I usually recommend patients in the shower to do their stretches because you'll get, using the steam and the heat, it kind of helps relax the muscles and you'll get a really nice stretch in the shower. And it's also, I think, a nice physical reminder of every time I'm in the shower, I'm stretching my neck.
True.
So the neck stretches are, you're just working through all of the ranges of motion of the neck. So that's flexion as far as you can go, extension backwards, rotation right and left as far as you can go within a comfortable range of motion, and then side to side as far as you're able to go. And then the last one is shoulder roll. So bring your shoulders up towards your chest, rolling back and down, really trying to open your chest up and squeeze those muscles between your shoulder blades to help kind of counteract all of the typing
homework and the teleschool and all that. No, they are great. I mean, you know me, I'm always adding breathing to things too. And even just having like a little inhale with each stretch and an exhale as you move into the next stretch, that just kind of creates that full body experience. And as we know, when we're moving our spine, we're also moving our organs, we're allowing our breath to move with everything. So it just kind of creates this inside massage for our bodies too. So I love that. I think that's a great thing to do. I definitely, every morning I get into child's pose and push back before I get out of bed and kind of do a little sassy cat, if you will. Instead of up and down, I do a little side to side just because that feels best to my spine. So obviously everybody do what makes your spine feel best. Don't hurt yourself, but try it and do it. Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing those spinal hygiene tips. I don't always hear that. We don't use that term in PT world. So it's cool when I talk to my other practitioners and spinal hygiene. So I hygiene, everybody, during this hand washing hygiene kind of day.
Yes.
So let's
All the hygiene.
exactly hygiene for everyone. So thank
Yeah.
you, Dana, so much for sharing with
Yes.
us. And
Yes.
everyone, check out Dr. Dana's office. Her practice is amazing. She focuses a lot on the entire family, but primarily, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, like the pre and postpartum population and active, healthy women. So please check
Yes.
out her practice. She's over in Haddonfield. So let's just give her some support too during this time. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.